Guys. Okay, I'm coming at you live. I'm gonna make sure that I'm actually live where I should be, which is my personal page. Okay, well, I'm not seeing it, but hopefully it's somewhere. Yep, there I am. Okay, sweet. So let me open the chat. Um, I wanted to chat with you guys quickly about procrastinating on your dreams. So, 10 years ago, I went through cancer, which is crazy that it was 10 years ago. But I did. And and one of the most important things that I learned through is importance of not letting your dreams pass you by because life is so short, you guys. Like, it's so short. So, I had no idea that I was gonna be diagnosed with cancer at 29 years old. I mean, it was a complete shock. I was healthy, I had 2 babies, and all of a sudden, I was diagnosed with cancer, and it was just crazy. So, one thing that, hang on, I'm just gonna okay, good. I'm uh, public. Um, one thing that I really just wanted to impart into you guys is that you can make your dreams happen so much faster than you realize. When I finally, like, I had wanted to be an author for years, decades even, but I never actually wrote a book. It's really difficult to become an author without writing a book. So, I saw a statistic over the weekend that it was over 80% of people, and this particular statistic was for Americans, but I looked further into it, and it seems to be kind of global. And what it was that over 80% of people want to write a book, but they don't. It's like such a small percentage of people who actually do it. And that's just sad, right? Like, we have these dreams in our hearts that we want to accomplish, and we just keep putting them off. We just keep saying, okay, well, when I make enough money, or when we're out of debt, or when the kids are older, or when I'm married, like whatever it is, people keep putting their dreams off, even though none of us is promised tomorrow. And what going through cancer did for me was really put life into perspective, really helped me understand how fragile and how short life actually is. And even knowing that, I still wasted years after that not accomplishing my dreams. And so I finally got to a point and I finally connected with an incredible mentor, Martha Krejci, who who showed me how to actually do the things. and and through that, I learned so much. I applied myself so much and I really embraced my zone of genius, which for me is writing and helping other people just pull their stories out of them and help them see how much potential they have and how impactful their stories actually are. Like, that's my superpower, and I will proudly own it. So, my question for you today is, what is your superpower? What is a dream that you have in your heart, that you have had in your heart forever, that you just keep putting off? And why do you keep procrastinating on it? What steps can you take today Even if it's just, if you want to start a nonprofit, let's say, what can you do today that will take you one step closer? Even if that's just Googling how to start a nonprofit, how to set up a nonprofit in your state or province or wherever it is that you are. There is something you can do today or this week that will take you closer to the goal and the dream that you've had in your heart forever that you just keep saying, "Well, I'll get to it. I'll get to it later." And I know that we've all heard this statistic, but like everybody on their deathbed, nobody regrets the chances that they took. And, even if they tried and failed at something, but they do regret all the times that they didn't do the things that they wanted to, all those dreams that they still had, all of that life that they still had unlived. Those are the things that we regret at the end. So, what can you do today to make sure that when you are coming to the end of your life, you are like, no regrets. I'm good. I did. I did everything that I wanted to, or at least I tried. And at least I gave it my all. At least I gave it my best. What can you do today that will bring you closer to that? This is my pep talk that I decided to give you guys today because I was just thinking about it. Like I have this, oops, mirror camera. I have this shelf of books that I've written and published in like 1 year, and that was from wanting to be an author for decades and not doing anything about it. And then all of a sudden I was like, that's it, I'm doing this. And then I did it. And I have more books coming this year. And because that was my dream. That is my goal. And and I decided to make it happen. And sometimes just making that decision of like, okay, I'm not putting this off anymore. I'm going to actually do it. I'm going to do something that is going to bring me closer to where I want to be. Just making that decision can start opening doors for you that wouldn't have been open before because you weren't ready. So I would love to know what you're going to do today or this week that will bring you closer to the dream that's in your heart that was planted there because only you can achieve it. And like I said, life is short. We're not guaranteed tomorrow. So let's stop acting like we are and let's start living and serving and helping and inspiring as best we can. If you are I'm going to see if this worked. Oh, that's fancy. If you are an introverted and heart-centered entrepreneur, um, who would who wants to create more impact, maybe you just don't know how, maybe you just aren't sure how to start, where to start, or anything like that. I have a Facebook community, and I would love for you to be a part of it. In there, this week, we are doing a 5-day challenge on how to discover your impactful story. And so far, it's like the first day's post has been up for a couple of hours, and I've already been brought to tears more than once because people are inspiring. And sometimes you just need someone to look at something about your life to show you how inspiring that actually is. And I would love to be that person for you. So if you want to jump into my community, please feel free. I would absolutely be honored to have you in there. Otherwise, have the most amazing week. Like I said, I would love to know if you decide to do something that's closer to your dream, or even just tell me what your dream is. I would love to encourage and support you in any way that I can. We're connected on Facebook or YouTube for a reason. So let me know. I'm gonna hide this now, and that's it. Have an amazing